I'm back from the desk below. Man, I've been keeping y'all waiting since November, but you know me, I won't start a season unless I have somebody from Detroit or Michigan as the premier guest, man, because as you all know, Detroit got a near and dear place in my heart. This gentleman that you see in front of me, you might have recognized him through my brother Sonny's. Man, he's covered this brother a lot right here. Man, when I did my research on him, we were supposed to do something in 2019 when Almighty Dreadnoughts. That's actually how we found this gentleman right here. As time went on now, too, I watched this man's career. He released Kin's Ransom, and now he's gearing up for his release with the legendary Bronze Nazareth right now. But before we get into that, I want to introduce the one and only from Detroit, Michigan, Lord Jessiah.
Yo, peace, man. Thank you for having me, Lo, man. I know we've been kind of playing tag a little bit, you know what I mean? Right. Trying to make it happen, but actually everything is kind of lined up beautifully so that we be making it happen now, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot cooking, and you know, we want to make the most of my opportunities to spread the word about what's going on. So I appreciate you and your due diligence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Sunez too, man, because the God, man, yo, much love to Sunez, man, because he definitely be showing me love, man. You know what I'm saying? And his pen is very underrated, man. He chooses his words like a master, you know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to Sunez, man.
That's since 2013. I've been like looking at articles from back then. I was like, damn, he's been covering him for like a long time now, almost going on 10 years.
Yeah, I've been doing my thing for a minute, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to the Dreadnoughts too. Peace to my family. You know
yeah, no, we're getting to that. So we're getting to that. So at the time when I was doing my research on you, sir, let's take it back some now too. Did you start your career off with the Sun Tzu crew? I might butcher that right now, but is that the crew you started on with?
Sun Tzu Cadre. Yeah, those are my brothers, man. I actually started, I would say like my first official release would be with Desert Ease.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I produced on their first album, their first official album, Ghetto Box. I did 3 joints on there. I did Animal Streets. I did 1,000 Needles and Sunflower Seeds on that joint. Shout out to my brother 5 Star, man, because he opened the door for me on that, you know what I'm saying, and actually helped me get my foot in the door. And then after that, well, actually slightly prior to that, Born Divine out on the West Coast, I did a little production for him on this first album as well. But yeah, that's where I initially got my foot in the door. And then, you know, when I moved away from Detroit, and then I came back. When I came back, I linked up with the Gods, and we started doing music with Sun Tzu Cadre. So a lot of them brothers was on my very first release on Grounds of Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, okay. Yeah, because I noticed the Grounds of Detroit projects, it's like a slew of Detroit artists on there. So before we get into that now, too, I understand, like, I never knew, like, you got your start off with Desert Ease, because I understand that Ghetto Box album, that was like the beginning of a lot of pieces for your relationships to come.
Yes, sir. For everything coming together, because Bronze also produced on that album as well. And you know, prior to all that, me and Kevlar 7 was corresponding online, and you know, just connected some dots. We never really officially linked up for a couple of years after that, but you know what I'm saying, through the course of linking up with Desert Ease and you know, a couple of other brothers, that's kind of helped open the door for the relationship with the Wisemen that he established, you know what I mean?
So what year was this around, like when you first hooked up with Desert Ease?
Shit, man, I started sending Desert Ease beats like back in 07.
Oh, wow, okay, wow.
Yeah, because that Ghetto Box album was in the works for a while. You know what I'm saying? He was, 5 Star was getting this shit together, and, you know, putting the pieces together for that. And then, you know, just during the time of that, I was just, you know, just corresponding, just always reaching out, you know what I'm saying? If the Wisemen had shows out here, I just go out there and show support, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of the music as well. Them brothers at that time, I wasn't running with them, but I'm like, yo, shit, who the fuck is these dudes? I think the first time I heard something, the first song I heard from the Wisemen was Super Bowl Cypher. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then I'm like, okay. Then I start doing my homework. I'm like, oh shit, okay, Bronze, Nazareth. You know what I mean? From out this way. And I'm like, damn, I did a little research on his story, how he went out to New York, you know what I'm saying, on his own, went to, you know what I'm saying, made sure he made that connection, slept in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? He really ran out and got that shit. It wasn't given to him. He worked hard for everything he got, you know what I mean? So I just respected that highly. And, you know, that just helped force the relationships. But initially, Kevlar, you know what I'm saying? Me and him was building tight, you know what I mean?
Okay, see, it's kind of crazy how in life some of the situations that you put yourself in ended up being long relationships in the long run now too.
Mm-hmm.
From you actually seeing the Wisemen to being a part of the collective now too. So building up towards that now too. So after the Ghetto Box album, what happened after that with you?
You said what happened after the Ghetto Box album with me?
Yeah.
That's when I started like really like taking it more seriously, like the music seriously, and like look, now I got a window, an opportunity, and I'm trying to make the most of that window. So I was focused on knocking out my first project. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to come together, but that was my focus. Like, yo, I got to make sure I make the most of these opportunities that's coming. So I started to dig down, start making beats for the Grounds of Detroit, what was to become the Grounds of Detroit album. But I started getting that together. And that was the focus there at that time, you know what I'm saying? So.
Because I understand when you were making the Grounds of the Detroit album, now you had your laptop stolen, but like after
Yes,
after all that, like when putting together the Grounds of Detroit album now, did you know you were gonna feature that much artists on your debut?
Yeah, that was my goal. That was my goal. My goal was to like put Detroit artists, you know what I'm saying, in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Whether I was close knit with them or not, you know what I'm saying? I was just trying to reach out to see who I could pull in and make a banging album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that first album though was Sanju Cadre, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because
I was gonna say because there's a lot of members like McScrooge, McJan.
Scrooge McJust.
Oh yeah, my bad, Scrooge. If you're watching, my bad.
No doubt. My brother Scrooge McJust, All Wise. You know what I'm saying? Lord Sincere was on that album. My brother Drugs, the MC, you know what I mean?
Oh yes, I heard there was a lot of people in Sun Tzu at the time.
Yeah, Sun Tzu is a big collective, you know what I'm saying? It was started by older gods, you know what I'm saying? And then us younger gods came around and well, younger guys at that time, shit, we getting a little younger too now too, but we kind of picked up the torch and carried it further. You know what I'm saying?
Now, besides like the Ground of Detroit album, was there as an official like Sun Tzu album? Because you know how like the Almighty Dreadnoughts had like the City of Trees album that's like impossible to find. Is there like a Sun Tzu album like that?
Yeah, so the B.I.G. album that was the official Sun Tzu album that actually dropped before the Grounds of Detroit album.
Oh wow.
Like a week and a half before the Grounds of Detroit album dropped.
So it's out, like people can actually go find it.
Yeah, that's out. That's out on Sun Tzu Cadre Bandcamp.
Okay. Yeah, because like I noticed like some of the crews that come out Detroit now too, like the Almighty Dreadnoughts, like I really wish that they would upload the first two albums on streaming sites because if you listen to old Detroit music from back then and this new renaissance we have now, it's like, man, yo, these guys would like it would fit right in with this new renaissance. That's why I like this new renaissance we see with like you, Ty Ferris, Bronze. There's a lot of Detroit artists who are embracing the actual quote unquote underground sound. That's what people like to call it now. But in reality, it never left. It just it wasn't as covered as it was today. Exactly.
It's coming back to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to come back for a circle. So that's exactly what's happening. You know what I mean? Everything is going back to where it came from. And that's a beautiful thing for everybody who's doing this, who've been doing this lane. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're about to get that proper shine we deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you actually go back and listen to some projects like from like 2013, 2014, it's like, damn, yo, this sounds like it was released like this era, like the 2020s.
Most definitely. That's why I like how soon as he coins it as the Renaissance.
Yeah, the invisible Renaissance.
Yeah, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what it has been. Is we've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? We was like the silent hand moving shit. Now
Yeah.
we seeing the result. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful, man. I'm loving it. I'm glad that the people is embracing this lane. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm never one to like change up the type of stuff I'm doing. I'm always gonna try to keep it true to myself as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can even tell from like the grounds of Detroit albums now to Kim's Ransom to now too. It's like, yeah, he's only getting better with this. So before we get into the evolution of you now too, I understand like because you hooked up with Wu Tang Management when they were launching this Wu Tang coalition of the DJs for all their mixtapes and stuff like that. So how did you actually like link up with Wu Tang Management?
Well, like when I first started, like I said, putting the very first Grind to Detroit album together, I was like on some guerrilla marketing type shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just reaching out to whoever was lending me their ear, and I was shooting the music. And Justice Hype, you know what I'm saying? He was at the time, he was the head of the Wu-Tang DJ Coalition. And the brother just showed me mad love, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Whenever I had anything coming out, he was like, yo, shoot it through me, shoot it through me, shoot it through me. And he kept me in rotation with damn near every Wu-Tang DJ mixtape that came out around that time. I was involved with it, you know what I'm saying? And that helped push out the name even further, you know what I'm saying, and kind of solidify some other things, you know what I mean?
Now, before like I asked, like, did you always went by Lord Jessiah, right? You never had another stage alias or anything like that, right?
Nah, always Lord Jessiah.
Okay, so coming up with that now too, actually being put on a Wu-Tang mixtapes and building your buzz back then now too. When initially did you actually start forming the relationship with Philly, Bronze, Kevlar? And who did you meet first?
Well, like I said, I initially like started shooting. I started sending Kevlar music back like in 07, like just little mixtape type shit. I was just dropping little Lucy type shit, just to, you know what I'm saying, show them that I'm out here too. And you know what I mean? I respect their craft, and I was just trying to get ears on what I was doing. And he always got back, you know what I'm saying? Just mad humble. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that shit hot, God. You know what I'm saying? When I get out that way, we gonna build, you know what I'm saying? And it just timing, man. Timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? The timing after that Desert Ease album and the build up to the Children of a Lesser God album. And then when they start pushing that, they was doing a lot of shows out here. So like I said, every time I seen they had something popping, I was out there. The very first time we linked up was out in the show out here in Detroit with Killer Priest. Them and Killer Priest, they came out here. So boom, you know what I mean? My brother, X the Detective, me, him, God, All Wise, Drugs, the MC, we all went out there and finally actually laid eyes on each other, you know what I'm saying? And boom, everything else is history from there. I was just kept consistent with it. And then, you know, Philly was working on that Detroit Zoo album. So I was just like, yo, man, when the opportunity come, you know what I'm saying, I want to try to do something with you next. And he was always with it. And then during the course of that, just building with him and going to the studio with Bronze, that opened the door for that Philly, that Lion King joint. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was playing that shit and he was like, yo, Jay, I need a hook, man. I need a hook. I'm like, bet shit. Just play that shit real quick. And, yo, no bullshit. I wrote that hook in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was like remarkable. I mean, for real, the whole song, I love that song. So, but yeah. So during the course of them pushing that album, just solidifying bonds, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. I solidified my bonds.
Now, did Kevlar used to do blogging? Because I think I seen an article where he was covering your music, but I'm not too sure if it was actually Kevlar covering
it. I think he dabbled with it, but you know what I'm saying, he wasn't doing nothing like real like heavy with it. You know what I mean?
Okay. See, like coming up now too, like you never know what you can gravitate now to in music now too, because like sometimes like with the Wisemen now too, I always tell people, I'm like, man, like if you like Roof Syndicate or like Killer Army, yo, you gotta listen to these guys, the Wisemen. I always tell people that now too. Now, coming up as a fan of the Wisemen now too, and you actually seeing the evolution from their first album to the second album when he added Illa Days and June Mega, I believe now too. When initially was the time? Well, I guess you should ask this first. Are you a member of the group now?
Yes, most definitely.
All right.
Most definitely. I'm official Wiseman.
So you hear that, people? He's an official Wiseman because a lot of people they want to know about Wu-Tang, and I notice a lot of these news outlets they don't cover much Wu-Tang affiliates or family, as Joe Mafia would say. Don't ever call affiliates. We're family. I'm like, yes, sir. So
No.
the Wu family doesn't get covered. They're always focused on the main members now too. So coming up for Lord Jessiah, seeing the witness of the first two Wisemen, what was that conversation like bringing you into the collective?
Well, me and Bronze started clicking real heavy like after Philly album dropped, you know what I'm saying? And the opportunity came for us to go over to Canada and get on this Master Killer tour because Master Killer dropped the album.
Don't Sell My Soul.
Yeah, he dropped that. And me and Bronze went over the border. Me, Bronze, June went across the border. And shit. Just so happened Master Killer didn't make it over the border. And we did. So we ended up picking up those two shows out there. You know what I'm saying? We held the torch down for that. And I would say like that moment there was like the opening door of me being where I am right now. Shortly after that, you know what I'm saying? I told Bronze, I'm like, yo, if it's a spot on me on Black Day as an artist, I would love to be a part of what y'all doing over here. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm in the same lane and I got a lot to offer to the table as well. So it started off like around that summer of 2013, right before Luke,
wow.
Right before Luke went in. You know what I'm saying?
And that's for the people wondering, that's Salute the Kid, right?
Yeah, Salute the Kid, pardon myself, yes.
Okay. So knowing that, like 2013, they already dropped their first two albums now too. I've asked Braun this now too, but you know, is there a chance that we would get a third Wiseman album?
Oh man, you know, that's like a real hard question to answer because of everything, the dynamics of everything. You know what I'm saying? Because actually, before Kevlar passed, we were in the mix of putting something together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And honestly, man, I'm gonna just be honest with you, man. When Kevlar passed, the whole dynamics of the group changed. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, Kevlar, he was the glue. He brought basically all the newer members into the fold. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose an individual presence, when you lose a presence like that, you know what I'm saying? The energy that's gone from that, it's hard to replicate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that really kind of put me in a bad not a bad situation, but in a sour place, I would say. Not necessarily like feeling a sour way, but just like, you know, accepting the fact that, yo, you know what I mean? Even though I'm a newest member of the group, but it's quite possible it never will be another Wiseman album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's quite possible. But, you know, we do talk about it. So I'm not gonna say it's off the table, but like I said, man, everything happened so fast. And it was like I became a Wiseman like right after K passed. Like they all, like from what I'm hearing or what I've heard, you know what I'm saying, the conversation had always been floating around when K was here. It just never happened when he was here. So then like when he passed, you know, me becoming a member, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of like an awkward moment. You know what I'm saying? It was a kind of awkward moment. But I embraced it because those are my brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I watched them brothers grow, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I watched Bronze grow, you know what I'm saying? And into the place where he at, where, you know what I'm saying? He's producing for fucking platinum artists, you know what I'm saying? Crooked Eye. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's just beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Watching my people grow, man. You know what I mean?
Now, yeah, because I'm not an artist, so I don't know how it is like. But do you ever like just Google the Wisemen and see like what Reddit or like Twitter's saying about like the crew sometimes?
Oh yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
Because you'd be surprised online, like people ask, like, "Where's this third album?" and like, "What's going on with like these like members?" And I'm like, "Damn, you're like, no one is like interviewing them like at a scale of like having legends on the same platform." Like I noticed like people would go to Vlad or something like that to get these stories and stuff like that, but it's like because they say that oh Vlad's the person who talked to the most Tupac people. It's like that kind of gave me inspiration to do that with Wu-Tang members because if you actually look at the dynamic of the Wu-Tang tree, it starts off with 9 members and then it just grows and grows and grows and grows. Like, so that's what I like about like it's Detroit connection because it has like this group called the Wisemen and you becoming a part of that in 2013. I was wondering now too, what did you do like that day you found out you would be a part of the collective? Did you go celebrate?
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a happy moment for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew of the potential that could come from it, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I got to work, you know what I'm saying? I got to work, you know what I mean?
So
Me and Philly got to working on because I didn't become a Wiseman until like a year, like I said, a year after when K, 2 years after when K passed away. But me and Philly got to work on that Crime Line Chronicles album like immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
you collaborate with like the members like Ella, Philly, Braun. So like the connection's still there. It's just no full group album yet.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like we all kind of like a collective, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. But we will be on each other's projects. So, you know what I'm saying? That's not gone.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, just and it's like Salute's not here yet. You know what I'm saying? He still got time on his sentence. So he got it. He got to be here first and foremost.
But he made the album though. He made the album though.
Man, look, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna take it off the table, man. I think it's a possibility for it to happen, man. Really, I do.
Oh, I meant Salute made it on that Time Waits for No Man album.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. See, look, you privy, like you and 2 other people on outside of me and Bronze is the only one that heard this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I heard that, I got the tracks mixed. It wasn't Veterans Day, it was Shermont. When I heard that track, I was like, yo, Fairmont would sound crazy on this before Jessiah.
Oh man, yo, the crazy thing, see, that track was like one of the last songs I had to write. So, you know, I'm like, fuck, another song I gotta write. And it's like, But it actually turned out a lot better, you know what I'm saying, than I thought it was. Cause, you know, sometimes, you know, you be your own worst critic and then, when I spit the verse and heard it on the beat and shit, I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, that's all right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He would got him back. It's like, yo, that's actually not bad right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
So before we jump into that now too, we kind of jumped ahead of that now too. I really enjoyed your Grounds of Detroit 2 album. That's the album that actually made me find you when you have a track with I think it's O1 in Conflict or Alias P. Now you have a lot of the Dread members on there now. So when I found this album now too, I was like, damn, like I can't believe like I never heard of Void Jessiah before. And when I started doing my due diligence, I started to find like, you know, the interviews of you and Sonny's with the Stolen Laptop, and he covered the first album now too. When making the but I was curious about the Grounds of Detroit 2 album now too. What made you want to continue like that theme of Put It On Detroit Art? Because you have a song of like, I think when I got put on the Fat Ray, I think like the very first verse I heard was on that album. So like you did the job. You definitely putting people on to Detroit, but what made you want to continue that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was sick as fuck when I first started making that album, man. I was like, I don't know I think I got like some type of stomach virus or some shit, man. But man, I lost like 20 pounds. I couldn't eat or drink nothing for like 3 weeks. You know what I mean? And honestly, like I just started making beats during that time. Like when I had a little bit of energy, I was like, start putting that shit together. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm about to make another Grounds of Detroit album. This gonna be the Wrath of God. Cause it was like I was like in the lowest spot I could be. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, and I'm rising up from the ashes, and I'm about to fucking mash out on this joint. You know what I'm saying? And like when I was starting making the beats, I was just like, yo, I hear him on this, I hear so and so on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I made it. Really, I was just using music as therapy. You know what I'm saying?
And like, when using it as therapy, though, like, was there any, besides like the stomach virus, was there any other difficulties, like the hardest verse to get, or somebody didn't make the track?
Um, it was kind of hard. I would say like just kind of overall, just figuring out who I was gonna put on what. You know what I'm saying? And the other, man, we kind of going through this thing, man. It's like you know, like I put that album together. It took me a little time to put that together, and then when it was all put together and time to push it, I lost my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And like during the course of me making the Time Waits for No One album, I was done with the Grounds of Detroit 2 album. I was like in the mode of making Time Waits for No One. And I'm like 3 songs in, and I think right after I recorded Mystery Pie, you heard that joint.
Yeah.
Right after I recorded that, it was around the same time when she passed away. So then my whole everything, I just like everything, my whole everything was just, yeah, it was just like, and that was in 2016, the end of 2016. So I would just say, like, if it wasn't for the fact that that album was done, it probably would have never came out.
Oh wow.
Honestly.
Yes.
And for the fact of me starting that Time Waits for No One, they probably wouldn't have been finished. You know what I'm saying? Because like after everything off the dust settled from that, I was just like, you know what, I have to finish this. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't in the mind state to do it, I was just like, I have to finish this. And I just pushed myself forward to finish that. And the kind of like the drawback of all that was like during the course of me losing my daughter, I didn't push my Grounds of Detroit 2 album like I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I only shot 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, like I said, I didn't push it. Like I pushed the fuck out of that Grounds of Detroit, that first project.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got, that shit was on USA Today. You know what I'm saying? That shit was being picked up like crazy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? For real? People sending links like, yo, get the fuck out of here. So I wasn't able to put my energy into the push of Grounds of Detroit 2. So that's one thing I really regret about that project. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a phenomenal project in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy because like people still find that album now too. Like if they're just discovering like somebody like a Fat Ray or an O1 or an 80s Pinochle on Tidal, when you put these artist names on it, that album shows up on their discography. So I think like over time, like it's like what you have in that skit right at the beginning about time. Time is the most precious thing. I think when somebody like actually finds that album and see the amount of Detroit artists who are on that, they actually really appreciate it because look at Fat Ray. I remember there was a time when nobody was talking about Fat Ray. And then I just see Fat Ray getting tweeted by an alchemist and things like that. I'm like, wow, Fat Ray. And seeing how you were early on artists like that, it's like, wow, man, like we gotta talk to Lord Jessiah, man. So actually now that we have you here now too, when pushing the Grounds of Detroit 2 album, so you went straight into Time Waits for No Man. And I think you said in an interview that you don't rush projects. Like you take you take your time because you can tell when somebody rushed something in a week and then put it out. But I noticed that with this Time Waits for No One, like you've been teasing it for a long time now too. Even like before I had you on Facebook, I seen like the Veterans Run track. I think that was 28. I think I seen it on The Source. I think The Source posted that. and then Mystery Pie. So those are the only first two singles released from it. Now, when you released Armageddon, is that like the official first single, or would you like to consider that the official third single for the album?
Autobahn's the official first single. Like Veterans Run was like the leak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Like a little teaser. Like when I first dropped Veterans Run, I only had one verse on that one. That was just like a little, testing the water. I'm still out here doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? But Autobahn, that's the first official single. You know what I mean?
That's a powerful single right there.
Man, I love that song, man. When I heard that fucking track, I said, yo, that's mine. That's mine. I wasn't sure where I was going to take it, but
you just hear it and then you know it.
Yeah, but once I wrote that first verse, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be something right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm curious, like, what get you inspired to write a powerful track like that? Like, was it like what was going on within the media, or was it like Malcolm X? Like, I'm curious, like, what makes you write something like that?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't know how I came up with that hook, man. I was just like, I thought I wrote the first verse, and I was just like, damn, something is just calling me to make something powerful, man. And it just came, honestly, man. I can't even tell you how I came up with that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's like an outer world experience that came down.
And I'm telling you, man, it is. And then like on some real shit, like my wife would tell me every time she hears, she gets chills and shit. So it's like that. I mean,
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
Like, and shit, when I was just throwing it out here, performing it, and you know what I mean, just to see the response, man, people love the shit. So I was like, man, yeah, that's got to be the single right there.
Oh, so you got a chance to, because you've been working on this album for a long time, but you actually got to see like a crowd reaction.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
I don't think that's actually a good. That's actually a good strategic move, because I don't think artists do that. Like really, like do an unreleased song live and like, oh, I like the reaction I got from that.
I mean, I do it just on the strength of, you know what I'm saying? The opportunity is there, so let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do is totally bomb that motherfucker, then you know not to put it out.
Now, I noticed that you're one of the very few artists that I found that can actually write hooks, like can actually make it sound good. Because like hooks is like the bars are no problem for any rapper. I noticed for a true artist, it's like the hook that can really set you apart. That's why
the hook is what it is. The hook is exactly what it is. The hook is gonna hook the people in. It's going to draw them in. Like even if like a lot of these songs that people say that they don't like on the radio, is getting them rotations because of the fucking hook.
Yeah.
Like no matter if you like the song or not, even if you don't like it, the hook could be stuck in your head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like as just being as an MC, like that was like one of the first things. Boom, you gotta have a hook, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like coming up with my first clan out in VA. You know what I mean? Now I'm from Detroit, but I moved out to VA. But with my first real group, like we was heavy on them hooks, man. The hooks is gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You got like I will do songs without them, but for the most part, you gotta have them hooks, man.
Oh yeah.
And like if you go back, like you said, you go back to all my projects, the majority of my songs have very catchy hooks.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's like rare to find now too, because mostly like the Renaissance were and like let's throw in like one verse and like there's no hook.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like about that too. And also what I like about the Bronze Nazareth album, the one he did of rock, I was like, oh, so you're just not gonna give Lord Jessiah a verse? But then but then I understand now too, like now by talking to you now too, I was like, oh, so this was like the hook was made for that too. And I like how like a preview for Time Waits for No Man. It's like a little snippet we get.
Yeah, I appreciated that alley-oop from my brother too, you know what I'm saying? But like shit, they know, man. If you need that hook, come to your brother, man. I got you, you know what I'm saying? And shit, you know, I'm gonna play my position appropriately, you know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm needed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm playing the point, sometimes I'm playing the rear. You know what I mean? So that's how it is.
When I listen to the track and I got my notes right here. When I listen to the track Surmount on the Mount now too, I'm curious on who
Mm.
inspires you as an artist now too. I just want to see if you say the names I'm thinking of.
You said who inspires me as an artist?
Yeah.
Oh man, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I love Sean Price, man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Sean Price. Sean Price.
I forget what song you got the random Max line though, but I caught that now too. I was like, ah, I like that.
Yeah, that was a shout out to my bro Guilty too. You know what I'm saying? But shit, man. I really like when it come down to me like getting in my creative zone. I'm really like a recluse, man. I kind of shut down. I don't really be like trying to
Listen to all the artists get inspiration.
yeah. It's like I just kind of seclude myself to the most that I can. I don't like. I like there be that like yo, you like that new so and so shit joint that came out. I'm like I ain't even heard because I've been doing my own thing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I do be looking for people. Who was you gonna say though? Let me see.
I was gonna say that you're like a mix of Ghostface and Raz Kaz that for that inspiration.
Oh, it's crazy that you just said that, man. You know what? That beat was supposed to be a Ghostface beat.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. See, that's why I was like, that's why when I'm hearing this, I'm like, who is this
Yeah,
guy?
that beat was supposed to be a Ghostface beat. You know what I'm saying? And he goes there and want it, and then I'm like, shit, I'll take that motherfucker, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good that
yeah.
you
Yeah,
actually,
I can see why you say that because that's like a Ghostface type of beat right there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And it's just like the delivery now too. It's like with a cadence of Razzcast in it now too. I was like,
See,
wonder who listens to this guy.
but see, like for my process for every beat, I'm gonna get into. My focus is to get into a nice pocket in every beat. So my delivery not gonna be the same. Like so, whenever I hear the track is going to take me where I'm going to go, how I'm going to say it, what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? So like I look at my verse as another instrument into the track. So I put that joint into the pockets where it's supposed to go, where I think it should go. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you said that now too, because when I was listening to this album now too, I'm like, it's not like the same flow every song. Like he's actually hitting pockets. He's actually understanding the cadence of the song and actually like knowing when to come in.
Mm-hmm. That's
Instead
why I
of
study them beats, man. I don't just like unless I'm just like totally inspired, I'm not gonna come through and just like blah write a whole verse down. Like a hook is sometimes a hook, yeah, it's nothing. But actual verse, I'm taking my time with it because like I said, I'm listening to everything in that beat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a producer. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
you hear it
So
different.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, yeah, boom. So that's Pete. I like you peep that, man.
Yeah, because I noticed with like producers now too, I like to always say like they have super ears because they can hear things in a beat like the average listener won't catch. It's like, oh, you hear that? And until they point it out, it's like, oh yeah, I do hear it now. But it's like sometimes they have to point it out for you to actually hear it.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. No
So
doubt, man.
how hard was it? Because I know this is all produced by Bronze, and I know like producers and artists, it's they're very picky on letting somebody produce for them. But Bronze is family. But how hard was it for you not to be like, I want to produce one joint for this?
Nope, it wasn't hard at all, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you why. Because honestly, it's hard as fuck for me to write to my own beats. Honestly,
Oh,
it really is. You know what I'm saying? But I can do
yeah.
it. But it was a lot, man. It was a lot less pressure on that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, okay, I could just focus on writing. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a minute before I probably put out another album where I'm rhyming like that specifically because I'm really trying to get back into producing heavy. You know what I'm saying? But that was easy. For real. That was easy.
So
Easy.
coming into Time Waits for No Man now too, I was curious now too on like because I understand you had a lot of things going on in your personal life now too, but like what was like the initial like process for this album in 2016, and then like, when did you kind of start like getting back into it, or did you
All right, well,
stop?
I started writing the album. My grandmother died, right? So I started working on the album when she passed away, and then shortly after that, I lost my daughter, and it was just, man, I'm gonna say, man, like this whole experience making this album, it was just therapeutic, really therapeutic. I was able to like really tell this is I call it cinematic audio because it's painting a perfect picture of everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
And I was able to really dig from all my tribulations and everything, and put it into an inspiration to keep pushing forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when the people actually get a chance to listen to this album now too, it's not like your regular underground album. It's like, that's what I like about it now too, like right down to the skits and the samples within it now too. Like it all fits. Like there isn't one like part.
Man.
Yeah, there isn't one part where you're like, oh, this doesn't fit here. No, it all fits.
Like I did my thing as far as recording the verses and, you know what I'm saying, the hooks, making sure my shit is tight on that end. But Bronze, he sold this shit together, man. Like,
damn, bro, that's Bronze, yo.
the whole process of putting it together, like when I'm recording the verses, I'm like, yeah, that's the verse sound good, the song sound good. I'm just like, yeah, okay. But when I heard how everything, just the end product, man, is I didn't want to be like, yo, man, this is tooting my own horn type shit, man. And so I just like, yo, Bronze, man, am I bugging, or is this shit like is this shit just like it right here? He was like, yo, G, you got something on your hands, yo. So yeah, it was good to hear that, you know what I'm saying, coming from Bronze, because he didn't work with a lot of motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, because when you actually hear like the whole album in its entirety now too, like even like the mystery pie, like at the end fits now too. Like, cause like I know when artists release a single early on, they don't like to include it in the later releases. But for mystery pie, it's like, oh, okay, that fits at the end. Like even the like that track, the from Sorry Girl, like the interlude, and it goes into the Broken Man. That's a powerful track right there, man. Like
that was the hardest song I ever wrote in my life.
Yeah,
that was man. That was very much needed. You know what I'm saying? I had to put that on there.
Because like what you said, it's therapeutic and you're able to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because anybody who lost a child now too, that can play this song, they can relate. And that's what I like about an artist who will do that with their personal life, because you can help some random guy in, let's say, Ohio, who's going through that same thing. It's like, yo, I heard this song and it helped me every single day. And it's like, that's how I think music should be made.
It should be. That's what its purpose is. Its purpose is to be therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, during the course of capitalism, you know what I'm saying, it changed its purpose, you know what I'm saying? But music is supposed to make you feel a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, capitalism will drive things in directions they shouldn't necessarily go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tell you one thing though, your daughter would definitely be proud of that song, man. That's a beautiful song right
there. Honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I shed tears when I first wrote that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a very powerful, like you said, it's a very powerful song, and I'm happy that I was able to put my feelings into words because for a long time I couldn't, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard to like somebody to explain that too, right?
Yeah, I was in a very, very dark place, man. You know what I'm saying? Very dark. And just having to still just keep going on, that was hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I like how Bronze did it too, because we all know Kevlar was his brother. and he dealt with that situation and how he did this for you. It's like, man, it's like I couldn't think of anybody else better to do that track with.
Yeah. And the thing is too is that's a older track that he produced, and a lot of people heard that beat before a long time ago, and they was like, "Yo, we was wondering when somebody was going to do something to this." So, and the crazy thing is, like I told Bronze, I was like, "Yo, G, you didn't know that you made that beat for me when you made that beat for me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The title of the track is the same when he made it. I didn't change none of that. It was called The Broken Man. You know what I'm saying? And then when I heard the shit, I'm like, yo, man, I gotta have that track, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do that for my daughter. He was like, yo, no question. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was an older track, so that now when people seen that shit was out, they was like, oh man, I was wondering when somebody was gonna do something to it. So when they hear it, I'm anticipating a response to the whole album. But certain songs I want to hear what responses are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's understandable now too, because when I heard the Solomon's track album with you and him, I was like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, just become a duo already. Like when I heard it, I was like, yo, the cat, I must have that's my favorite feature on the album. I'm sorry, Bob Rock, if you're watching. I'm sorry, Bob, but Solomon Childs, man, that's my favorite feature on the album now too.
Word, that's what's up. That's what's up. But my thing is I wanted to have something that everybody was gonna be able to this is my shit right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the more people that like different things on the album, the better. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make sure I had a full plate, man. And I think I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that you initially didn't want any features on this album.
Yep, that was the case. Because initially this was supposed to be an EP. But like I said, during the course of everything that was happening, I was like, man, it's taking me too long to call this shit an EP, man. If I'm doing it, at this point, I have to do a full album. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. I can't be out here like, yo, album, Time Waits for No One dropping in 2017 and it's fucking 2020 and I got a fucking EP? What the fuck? No.
4 tracks, yeah.
Yeah, no, can't do that, man. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take full advantage of everything. Just make this shit a full project and rock out, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I just, like I said, I focused on writing and I pressed my pen, man. I pressed my pen. With every project that I put out, I try to push my shit a little further than I did on the last. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so definitely did. Even like, I like how now too, like you went out and like actually got like people like it wasn't just we'll get my homies. It's like, yo, you actually went and got people we listened to, like Solomon's Childs. I like how you got Bob Rock, man. I was like, this guy got a joint Bob Rock. That's my guy right there. So anybody fucking
shout out to my bro Brub, man. Yeah, he held me down. We got another joint that we did. But I don't know how I'm gonna put that one out because it ain't really for a project. I might just throw it out there though, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit hot. That shit hot as hell. You know what I'm saying? My brother X the Detective produced that joint. But yeah, man, I just was like, yo, I hear people on it, and I'm like, because I'm a producer too. I'm like, yo, can we get so and so on that shit? Do. We made it happen. You know what I mean? Just so happened, Bub was out here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah, he was.
My brother Palabi, he had linked us up like 2 or 3 years ago, and we was able to finally connect in the physical and the shit. You know what I mean? We just bonded. You know what I'm saying? That's a good brother. You know what I mean?
That's facts right there. Now, I was curious on how you got put on to
record. Yeah, actually, he was over here at my restaurant when he did the interview with you. You can hear my son in the background crying or some shit. I remember that joint.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah, he did an interview somewhere in Detroit, yeah. Somewhere now too. I was like, I actually think you're in that interview.
Yeah, he was here. He was at my restaurant when he did the interview.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Salute to Bob, yo, if you're watching.
Actually, shit, yeah, he recorded the verse that day. Yeah, that was the day he recorded the verse for that joint.
Yeah. For people listening, it's God Hour when y'all listen to this.
Man, it's so many joints on the album. I love the album for real.
Now, when we get to Rock Into the Veins now too, I like how like that's like a that's like a title for Ty Ferris. It's like a Ty Ferris album title right there. But like you got a Rec Ali joint on there now too. So I was curious, like, did you find Rec Ali through Bronze? Because I won't lie,
Yeah,
that's how I found Rec Ali.
yeah, yeah. From the first when him and Rec was working on the project, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't familiar with him until that point either. And then shit, when they started working on the album, I was like, let me do my homework. I'm like, oh shit, yo, the God out here working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Bronze was like, yo, you want to get up on the Rec joint? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get on that album, man. You know what I'm saying? So I threw him an alley-oop and then he threw me one back. You know what I mean? So shit, actually, I got something else cooking with him up with somebody else on another joint. I don't want to talk too much about that but
Oh, yeah, you don't want to like give out something not supposed to.
Not yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm getting back into my producing thing after the smoke settles from this album. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just like favor for a favor type thing on that. You know what I mean? And then Ty Ferris, you know, again to my brother Pallavi, you know what I'm saying? We
oh wow, shout out to Pallavi.
You know what I'm saying? We was able to link up and that's a good brother, man. Ty Ferris. That brother would be out here working, man. He don't get his just due, you know what I'm saying? But he out here definitely shoveling that good coal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember when Ty Ferris went by. I'm sorry, Ty, if you watch, but I remember when he went by T Flame. I love to see it. I love to see it grow.
Yo, shit. That's the next video that's about to drop, yo. You know what I'm saying?
On to the bed. Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit heavy. This shit's heavy.
Oh yeah, and my bad, I forgot to give credit to my guy DJ Lowe's for Sherman's on the
DJ Lowe
did the cuts.
Yeah, Sermon to the Mount he did the cuts on Sermon to the Mount. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Sermon on the Mount, pardon me.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I was curious now too, because I like how certain HBO shows, they're finding like the most underground rapper and like put their song in one of their shows. They did that for Rec Ali. I forget what song he's in a Euphoria episode. I'm like, this guy's in Euphoria? So
yeah,
that's why when I hear like the song like Courage Lord, I don't know if you ever watch Ozark, but when I hear like song like
that's my shit. I like Ozark.
Oh, you fuck with Ozark. All right.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I was like, yo, like, why can't one of these, like a Power or something like that, come into Detroit and put like one of these Detroit songs on there now too? Because when I hear Courage Lord, I can definitely hear that in Ozark.
Man, yo, I wrote that track in Vegas. I wrote that shit in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Right? For real, I did right before COVID shut everything down. I was out in Vegas in January, and then they shut everything down the next month. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just that's one of my favorites, man. I love that. Just totally the whole song, the hook. You know what I mean? But it's crazy you say that about the placements, because my cousin, she be getting placements like crazy. She on that Queen Latifah joint that's about to come out. She's on the pilot for that shit.
Oh shit! Oh wow! Yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah, shout out to J. Josephine, man. Phenomenon.
I'm gonna have to tap in. I'm definitely gonna tap in.
J. Josephine. J. Josephine.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you actually get into like this album now too, like I noticed like when somebody goes for like an album, they're like, let me fill it as much features as I can. It feels like that you saved all the best like beats for your solo stuff. Like it feels like that you didn't like, all right, this one's mine solo-y, except for the one of Solomon's Child and Bronze. That's when you guys should be a duo. But it felt like Courage Lord, Sermon, Veterans Run, even Mystery Pie. Like it felt like you kept those for yourself. It's like I'm not letting anybody else on it. Was that the case?
Yeah, yeah. It was like it didn't need nobody else on them. You know what I'm saying? And like I said originally, I wasn't gonna have no features on there, so I was just like, all the features gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? They gotta make sense. Otherwise, it's like, why? You know what I mean? But I feel like all the features made sense on this one. You know what I mean? Everybody complimented everybody complimented the track. Everybody did what I intended or expected for them to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now, how did you get the salute verse? Because I understand he's in college. I think he gets out next year.
I think, he recorded that joint before he went in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, did he record this like for Grounds of Detroit too, and you just kept it for Time Waits for No Man?
Bronze be archiving tracks like that. You know what I'm saying? We got shit with Kevlar still.
Yeah, I asked about that. He said he's like, yeah, we got some Kevlar around still.
Yeah. So Bronze, Bronze is he's a maniacal genius. You know what I'm saying?
For all we know, Bronze is Big Ghost.
Yeah, word. Yo, on some real shit, man. Bronze, he's very brilliant. You know what I'm saying, with his music. So, you know what I mean? He'd be like thinking 3 steps ahead of shit. You know what I mean?
I noticed that now too, because I noticed like from the run he went on from last year going on to this year, it's like, oh, you're not stopping, eh? You just gotta keep going to 2022, eh?
Oh yeah, man, we about to come with the fucking sledgehammer. I'm just like, shit. I'm the one kicking in the door. You know what I'm saying? Kicking in the door. So because I had to make sure that it was a fucking, when I come with the battering ram, it wasn't no dud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was the first release from Black Day in 2022.
Yeah, I'm setting it off. So
I like how oh, sorry to keep cutting you off. I like how
no, you good. I'm just loving the response of the first joint. So
see, I like how like when a producer works with another artist, they put you on like for the Rec Ali now, because I can't imagine hearing that joint just by yourself now too. Like when you said there was gonna be no features, it's like, yeah, I can't hear this album without any features.
Yeah, it made sense. And then, like I said, it would have made sense for me to do an EP by myself. But if I'm doing a full album, you got to capitalize on that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a full-length album. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, after the fact, you put the shit out, and it's like, man, I should have had somebody on this shit. I can hear him. Like, you know what I mean? Once you put that shit out, it's out there. You know what I mean? You can't take it back. So you got to make sure it's polished how you want it. And that was something somebody taught me when my early days in the studio. Like, yo, when you put that shit out there, you got to make sure you put that high gloss shine on that shit, because you can't get it back after you put that shit out. So
and once it's
make it all make sense. It's out there. You can't be like, fuck. You hear that shit in the background of the track now? Like, fuck. That shit's out there forever now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
nowadays
it made sense.
Nowadays you can make minor tweaks, like you can take it off streaming and re-upload it, but it's like people still remember. It's like, yo, that track sounded different last time.
Yeah. But if you put that shit out on the physicals, them shits is out there.
Oh yeah. You can't go to somebody's house like, yo, give me the disc back, shorty. I understand that part on that, yeah. Where was I going with this now too? With the cinematic adjustments for this now too, I noticed that with this album now too, like it's 15 songs. I don't know if the only track I didn't get was the title track. I don't know if that's a outro or a skit. That's the only one that wasn't sent to me.
Oh, I think that's just a skit.
Okay.
Time Waits for No One.
Yeah, because it says outro on it.
Yeah, it's just a skit. It's just the close, like the putting the bow on it on the album. You know what I'm saying?
See,
so it's like kind of like he's like kind of like putting the bow on everything, just explaining the concept of time. You know what I'm saying? And because everything is revolving around time, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Moments, making the most out of your moments. You know what I'm saying? Because this is it right here, yo. You don't know what's after this. And shit, man, during the course of this album, man, I lost a lot of people, man. I lost my grandmother, lost my daughter, lost my brother, lost my cousin. You know what I'm saying? Both my cousins, both my brother and my cousin younger than me. You know what I'm saying? It's like time waits for no one, man. You got to make the most out of everything, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I think that thing just kind of was just fully pictured in that album, honestly.
Now, would you say, because out of all the trials and tribulations that you were going through with this album, would you say like this is your most personal album like to date? Like, because
Yes,
Kid's Ransom,
most definitely.
because Kid's Ransom is not as personal as this, I noticed.
Yeah, King's Ransom was just like my first instrumental joints. You know what I'm saying? That was gonna be me getting back more into the production, which I'm gonna have some more of them joints coming out soon too as well. But you know, that was kind of like a gap fill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it was yeah, and it was a necessary thing for me to do because like I never did an instrumental album. So that's what I did. You know what I mean?
yeah, because I was curious with that now too, because I was like, that can't be his debut because there's no rhymes on it, it's just instrumentals. That's why I was like, that's why it's very different. Because when for the average fan, they'll be like, oh, his debuts, like his solo debuts, Kid Ransom. It's like, did you listen to it? Like, but even if the Grounds of Detroit album now too, like, I can see why you didn't want as much features because you've done that already.
Yeah, that was exactly why. That was exactly why. But like, you know, like I said, during the course of it, man, it was like, yo, it made sense. You know what I mean? Every joint made sense.
Now with this one now too, like, because I noticed like with the features, like if somebody's like a huge Ty Ferris fan and they follow like all of his like music, they'll find like a Lord Jessiah. And like that's what I like about these features because it's like with the up-to-date spitters of today. Because like
Yes, sir.
if you look on Twitter, like these names are all over Twitter. Even like the track of Illa Days now too. Like I like how it's still that Wisemen connection right there.
Yes, sir. And like that was the whole purpose, like to cross market. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, we guerrilla marketers. You know what I'm saying? We independent, so we got to make the most out of our opportunities. And like I said, that's when I said when I say it makes sense. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You have to make it so that we all in similar lanes, but it's a fan base that I haven't tapped into. So being able to have them on my joints, now I'm able to tap into those different fan bases and like vice versa. You know what I'm saying? They'll also be able to tap into our fan bases. You know what I'm saying? So it's a symbiotic great relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm still gonna be pushing for this Solomon, Childs, and Lord Jessiah. Yeah, I saw it, bro. I know you're on the song too, but god damn.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Solomon Childs, man. Like I said, man, I love everybody's features, man. Everybody's features was like tied
Oh
everything.
yeah, everyone's features killed me. Yeah, that's Solomon Childs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, though.
Yeah, we all went crazy on that joint, man. I love like it was like I told Bronze, I was like, man, you know, that was a tough track for me to write to because I was like I said, I was like finished. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I got another track. I'm like, what? You got another what? Another track? Shit. All right, fuck it. Send it through. And then I marinated on it for a minute. And then shit. I got busy on that motherfucker, man. That's one of my favorite verses on the album, honestly.
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why, sir.
Yeah.
There's a because like when I interview Bronze, like you can't really ask a producer this because it's kind of weird. To like, what's it like working with you? Because it'd be like can't really answer. So like with you, I can actually ask that now too because I know there's some people out there that are praying for like a full Bronze album produced by him. So with you having that relationship, let's take that out. What's it like working with Bronze as an artist?
Bronze gonna make sure that he gonna expect that high gloss. Like I said, like we on the same paint, we on the same wavelength on that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we had similar traits as far as like our work ethic. You know what I mean? We both push ourselves to the brink. You know what I'm saying? And Bronze ain't gonna expect nothing less than that. You know what I'm saying? So when the album was like done, he sent me back the list of shit that he was like, yo, I think you could have did this better. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna do that better then. Went through it. The list wasn't that long, but you got to be open to criticism, man. Because, like I said, man, I'm always trying to. Yeah, I'm always trying to push my shit better. So if it's a suggestion that you see fit to make it happen, I'm open ears. But like I said, some things I did push back on. And when I pushed back on it, I gave him my reasoning behind it. He was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? But yo, man, Bronze is a hard worker, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's shit, it's just an honor to be able to work with my brother. I tell him that all the time. He's like, man, shit, you know we bros, man. But I'm like, yo, man, sometimes I don't think you get the nod like you should, bro. You didn't fucking you made your own way, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he made his own way.
Yeah, that story he shared with going to New York like 3 times and then like 9th Prince and then the RZA. It's like, yo, that's really inspiring, like how, because it shows like the determination for someone. And like this is what I like about Bronze now too. Every time I'm on his socials, he at least shares one of your posts a day. I was like, man, like that's what I like about Bronze right now too, because like if he's down with you, yo, he gonna make sure your shit is heard.
Most definitely, and
that's rare. That's a rare breed nowadays.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but because like I said though, man, we got the understanding that we ain't nobody gonna give this shit to us. So when it's time, we gotta strike when the iron is hot, yo. You know what I'm saying? If not, you shooting the dud, man. Just like you wasting your opportunities, man. We gonna make the most out of all our opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And once this album finally drops, we're gonna be pushing this shit even harder. You know what I mean?
Now
I'm making sure I get more visuals on deck, because like I said, I don't want to have the same situation happen with my last project when I wasn't able to push it like I wanted to. Like even with the King's Ransom, I didn't push that. I didn't get physicals pressed up on that yet. But all that's gonna happen. But like I said, man, pushing this to the max. For real.
Yeah, because you can tell when like the promotion's going, because I see like blogs starting to pick this up now too. It's like, oh, so they're really pushing for this one now too, because like even if the King's Ransom, it's like what you said, you didn't see that much press for it, but with this one, it's like I see like Boom Bap Rap. I forget who posted it, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, fucking Boom Bap Nation. I was like,
yeah, there we go. There we go. That's them.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, that's what's up. You know what I mean?
Now, I noticed with this channel now. Oh, wait, before we get to that now too. So being a part of the Wisemen now too, you're a part of the Wu family tree now too. Like you must be living like your childhood dream right now. But then again, I don't know. Coming up, like the Wu-Tang like significance is like that symbol alone, that's like a Metallica symbol. That's like a Rolling Stone symbol. Like I see like old ladies like wearing it. They don't know like they don't know it like how we do. So what's it like being a part of the family tree, knowing that knowing that the significance of that group?
Man, I'm gonna say it's an honor to be recognized with that emblem. You know what I'm saying? But I treat it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because of what them brothers did, man. Like you said, them brothers are icons. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being a part of the Wisemen, we most definitely respect that Wu-Tang heritage. But at the same time, like I said, I do it respectfully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Respectfully to them.
You do it respectfully. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we gotta push our own brand as well. You know what I'm saying? Black Day in July. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my focus is on, man. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan though, to the utmost. But you know, the focus is on Black Day in July. You know what I mean?
So because I know this channel, I don't know what's with this channel, but a lot of people they always get like, you know, like the comments on YouTube are like way different than comments you get in like real life. I noticed that recently, so I started a YouTube. I noticed like on all my Wu-Tang videos, people like, yo, you need to get more Wu-Tang. So I would just, I was like, Jesus Christ, like there's other people on this channel. It's like fucking Pharaoh Monsters, Speech, like come on, y'all. But I love the Wu. I love the Wu. They always play significance in my heart. Actually,
most definitely.
I actually understood most of the slangs was because of this book right here.
Most definitely.
Now,
shit, I got my. Hold on, let me see what I. Hold on, man. Look, see, now you got me out here.
Oh, geez. Oh wow, that's fair as hell.
You feel me? This is the fucking vinyl. It's in fucking phenomenal condition. I'm gonna break this out for y'all. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan, like I said, man. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. You feel me?
Ain't never been played. Like
this month, I don't even think a needle dropped on this joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't either.
This shit is priceless right here. But like I said, man, shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan, man. Them brothers was one of the first to able to take the 5% teachings and make that shit go worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what brothers may feel about how some of them brothers is living, whatever. But them brothers was able to take the knowledge and make it go worldwide. So
that's actually very true, because like me coming from like a Native American household, my religion's a bit different. But I'm always the type to like be open to like what other people believe. And then when I remember reading upon this, the nations of it, I was like, this is what made me understand Wu-Tang a lot more, especially that second album. Because the first time you hear that second album, and if you don't know about the Nation of Islam, this thing is gonna go right, like half the thing is gonna go right over your head. And when you also do a little bit of research on that and you hear that album, and then you think about how they got blackballed during that era, it's like they tried to stop them from spreading that word. And it's just like that's what I like about that, because that didn't stop him. Yeah, that album went multi-platinum and stuff like that, but that content on that album from the first album, it's like night and day.
No doubt. You couldn't stop it though. Once it was out, it was out. The truth is the truth. You can't suppress the truth once it's out. It's boom, there's nothing stopping it.
That's why I like that term killer bees, because when you let the information's gone.
Yeah. So killer bees gonna be on your ass.
Yeah. What happened to drink champs?
Oh man, that was see that's why we had to throw Mickey Fax to alley-oop too, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, how did I not bring this part? Okay, so going back to Time Waits for No Man, okay? Me being an avid Royce 5'9" fan, that's like my favorite rapper of all time. I was curious on how come you didn't take Mickey Fax and just replace it with Royce 5'9"? Was that a hard But shout out to Mickey, I ain't got no beef with you, but I'm just saying it right now. That should have been a Royce 5'9" verse on that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, man, yo, when all that shit happened, you better believe me and Bronze was talking about this shit. Like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I was like, I don't know what the fuck we about to do, G. We got to see how the smoke clears on this shit, and we'll go from there. Thankfully, Mickey Fax was able to, you know what I'm saying, rectify and make the proper apologies.
Yeah.
Because not only did it, you know, when she started disrespecting the Wu.
He did too. Yeah, I forgot about that drink champ.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh shit, perfect timing. Here come the Bronze man.
Oh yes, sir. What up, Bronze? We were just talking about how you all were talking about the Mickey Fax verse.
I think he's still trying to come in. He'll be in a second. This shit's crazy though. Yeah, I was like, oh man, yo, he was boiling water, man. I'm like, fuck, bro, shit. You boiling the water right now, man.
So obviously you had the verse before that, so.
Yeah, hell yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, are we gonna make the chop, or you know?
Are we just gonna send it to Royce?
Right. Nah, but like I said, man, when you make a mistake, you gotta make sure you own up to it and make the proper salutations, man. Otherwise, the penalties might come. nobody's above correction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And then we got the man who just produced this phenomenal album, this iconic album for 2022. Man, Happy New Year, Bronze. Oh yeah, you said something. We can't hear you though, Bronze. I can't hear. We can't hear. Can you hear him?
No, I can't hear him either.
On mine, he says it's muted.
There we go. You got me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. What up, yo?
I see
man.
Yo,
we was just talking about the it's crazy timing, bro. We was just talking about the Mickey Fax joint.
Oh yeah. That shit. Woo! I mean, my man Jessiah set it off, man, with the hook. You know what I mean? Bend your arms in the opposite directions. You know what I mean? So, Mickey came through and took it home for us, man. You know what I mean? Salute, man.
Yeah, salute to Mickey Fax, man.
Now, Bronze, I gotta ask, Bronze. When the whole thing with Royce and Mickey went on, how did the thought go through your head? It's like, yo, we should just get Royce on this.
Oh man, you know what? I'm always open for Royce. You know what I mean? So that would be beautiful, man. You know what I mean? It's all good for me to mix it up and chop it in there. So, hey, that'd have been great. You know what I mean?
So, Bronze, you missed us talking about the album now too, but I'm glad you're here now too because, man, I was just telling Jessiah that how him and Solomon Child should be the new duo. Because man, that goddamn feature by them. I know you want the track 2 Designer Club, but Bronze, you gotta push for that.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna push that joint hard, man. That was like that shit kind of came as one of the last joints, and
I was telling him,
my man Solomon always, Charles, that's my nigga, man. We go way back to like the first 36 Chambers I met dude. So he always blessed me, man, and look out for me. So that shit just came together like magic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beautiful track.
Now that you're here, Bronze, now I was actually curious now too, with you and Lord Jessiah's history now too. I asked Jessiah what it's like with working with you, but what's it like working with Lord Jessiah as an artist? Just take out the relationship and let's just focus on him as an artist.
Well, like as an artist, man, one of the easiest dudes for me to work with, man. Like, Jay a soldier, man. So like he come through, he do that shit form fitting, he get it done, he be on time, you know what I mean? So working with Jay is a breeze, man, and to hear the talent that he come up with on these bars, is nothing less than exceptional, man. So from his work ethic all the way to the bars in the booth, all the way to pushing the product, you know what I mean? It's A1 working with Jay, man. It's definitely a pleasure, man. You know what I mean?
Salute.
So yeah, we were just talking about. I was like, every time I see Bronze Soldier, man, he's got like at least one Lord Jessiah post a day, if not more. I was like, that's very rare, man. So I gotta salute that, Bronze.
Yes, sir. Man. You gotta push the people. When you believe in somebody, you gotta push the people who you believe in, man. So, and there's been plenty of times where I've been on like, I do something and it don't get shared by the bigger artists or things like that. So I always make sure that I do what I would expect of me, for the next man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in hindsight too, you are the bigger artist, so it brings a lot of like joy now too, seeing like Bronze Nazareth just like every time you share mine, I'm like Bronze Nazareth just shared my shit, yo.
No doubt, man. We are. It's enough room for everybody, man. So sharing and showing love to the next man is nothing, That's how it should be.
Yes. Now I already asked Lord Jessiah this, but I know I'm gonna ask you this, and we talked about this in previous interviews, but now I know he's an official Wiseman. Has there been talks about getting a third group album?
Yeah, man, we thrown the idea around, man. It's definitely been in talks. We actually almost had another deal that they wanted us to do it, and they was gonna throw us a nice check. But I don't know. We didn't. It never really, swung through. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with it because I feel like even with the fellas that's here, without Kevlar, without Salute, and I'm not really sure where Philly is with things. I don't know. It just seems like a different group to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm definitely open to it, but I feel like all the pieces got to be back. I don't want to be like the Temptations where, you know what I mean, it's a new dude every 10 years, you know what I mean?
Fuck
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
bro.
So some part of me feel like leave the legacy where it was, but the other part of me feel like the talent we got right now in the Wiseman still is crazy. But you know, it's just about how easy or difficult it'll be to get it all back together. I still got Kev versus and shit and Salute. He come out next year, so I'm thinking we'll have a better eye on that shit, you know, within a year or so. You know what I mean?
And what I like about the Wisemen now too is you guys all still work together. It may not be as a collective though, but like you producing for Ella, Jessiah working with Ella. Like that's what I like about it because it's still the Wisemen together. It's just not as a collective though.
Yeah, indeed. Yes, it's, we all like I told everybody, man. It's time to hit them solos. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, Voltron can work just as well, split apart as one, as a duo, as three. You know, it's definitely gonna be some dope combinations that's gonna put you in the vein of the Wiseman like forever. So, you know, it is what it is, and we'll see where it leads. You know what I mean?
No
Now,
doubt. I agree.
what I like about Josiah now too, is how you work with Rekka. I already told Josiah this, but you work with Rekka Ali and you work with Josiah, and then you put them on a track together. And I was like, that's definitely the genius of Bronze right there.
Yeah, Bronze, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Powerful combo, man. The chemistry was crazy. We was all in the lab together, so it was like, let's pop one off. You know what I mean? Rec came through like a bulldozer. You know what I mean? We had a crazy weekend, man. Shot a few videos and then, capped it off with a couple joints. You know what I mean? Perfect combo, man.
So now that I got you both here, what song would you guys choose to put in an HBO show off Time Waits for No Man? I mean, Time Waits for No One.
Man, I probably go with The Broken Man, bro. That's like I had to slide that in a drama or something. You know what I mean? A deep movie, man. But that's it's cinematic to me, but it's real life. So I'm gonna run with that one. You know what I mean? That shit hit me in the heart.
We were talking about that one earlier now too. I like how Josiah, he said that he had to let everything out on that track now too. But he also said that that was a beat before now too, like that you previously released. Now, was that the beat for your website?
Yeah, man. It was I had like 4 or 5 beats on my first ever website, bronzenazareth.com. Like this was before Great Migration. And so
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I had the Broken Man on there, and people used to go crazy over that joint. It was once a Killer Priest joint, but it never got finished. So this was the perfect setting for it. You know what I mean? And the title said it all for what Lord Josiah is rhyming about. You know what I mean? So that's the same beat though, indeed.
Yeah, because Josiah let us know, like when you sent it to him, it was the same title too. I was like, yo, that's Destiny right
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. That's crazy. It's
there.
crazy.
Yeah, that was it was supposed to be that way. There's nothing else you can say about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's facts. Now, what about you, Josiah? What song would you have off Time Waits for No Man in that HBO show? Not Euphoria, don't worry, it won't be in that. That's Rec Ali.
Shit, I would say probably Cutting Board.
Okay.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
So for Cutting Board, so we got these tracks for the HBO shows now too. Now, for the visuals that you guys have, do you guys watch a lot of your old videos together? Because I was watching like old videos from like 10 years ago from you guys that are still rocking together now too. But I was curious, do you actually watch those old videos together? It's like, damn, we came a long way.
I mean, yeah, I go back here and there and check them out, man, for sure. I run through them, see how I'm looking later and all that. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, before I let you guys go, was there any features that you guys wanted but didn't happen for this album? Because this album is stacked with features, but there's always that one story like we wanted this guy and he never got back to us in time.
Yeah, it was. Planet 8. We're supposed to get Planet 8 on that joint.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't know. That just I don't know. I
good.
didn't really hear back, but at the time it was crazy. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
was
time.
a bit of a rush and trying to figure out who to throw on, and we kind of just lost that one in the shuffle. But Asia's fam, you know what I mean? He'll definitely be popping through soon again. You know.
I
It wasn't no big deal though, because like I said, like I was telling you, Lord, like all the features made sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm still
everything for me.
every time I'm gonna see you, gents. Now I'm like, so how's that Lord Jessiah and Solomon's duo album coming, man? Bro, I swear, yo, I must have ran that track. That's like my most favorite song on that album. Yo, I was like, yo, I know Bronze is on that. Bronze did you, but yeah, those dudes need an album, yo, because like,
they killed that joint, man. I was very happy with that joint, man. How it came out. You know what I mean?
when you being a producer on it now too, was it hard for you to actually put verses on it? Because I know you want to strictly focus on production now too, but like, was it like tempting? Like, I'm gonna jump on this too.
Oh yeah, man, definitely, man. Like us as producers, beats they like our babies, so it was like, man, I definitely wanted to get on Audubon, man. But
Oh,
yeah,
really?
you get in where you supposed to fit in, man. And I'm very careful not to oversaturate my appearances on products that I'm producing too. You know what I mean? So that's how it's looking. That's how it's looking.
Now, I can't really ask Lord Jessiah this now too, but I know like I'm gonna start calling Lord Jessiah the Detroit Hook Master over here because this guy coming up with hooks like crazy over here. So actually both Bronze and Lord Jessiah. What's your favorite hook by Jessiah? Because I already know mine.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and give him that Kettle Black, man. That should be in my head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Kettle Black swung through a good hook, stays in your head. It anchors the song. So I'm running with Kettle Black on that one. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Lion King.
Ooh.
Oh, Lion King. Oh, but you gotta take it back. Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Lion King.
Definitely up there.
Now,
hey, yo, fellas, I hate to cut it short. I want to give a big salute to my bro Jessiah, man, killing him with this album. I got my babies in the whip waiting for me because I'm out and about for my daughter's birthday. But yo, definitely go get the album. Time waits for no one. Lord Jessiah, Bronze, man. Yo, we'll definitely be talking again in the future, Lo. You know what I mean?
All right, sounds good, Bron. You take care and happy birthday to your seed.
Absolutely. Peace, Lord Jag. I love you, my dog.
I love you too, bro. Peace.
All right, bro. In a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that was a cameo, everybody, from the legendary Bronze Nazareth. He's the man who produced Lord Jessiah's Time Waits for No Man. Man, if you ain't heard this album, well, when you hear this album, this interview will be out before. We might put a little snippet of this Solomon's Child and Lord Jessiah going nuts on this thing, man.
Yeah, you have my permission to do that, bro. You can play the whole joint if you want to.
All right, we can't do it right now. I gotta wait for the edits. I'm not that technical yet, but when the final product comes out, this probably be
no doubt. No doubt.
But Lord Jessiah now too, before I let you go now too, I want to ask you, what do you hope to accomplish with Time Waits for No
One? Honestly, I just want this album to solidify me as an artist lyrically. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to pay attention to what I'm saying. Like, yo, Lord Jessiah pen is nice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want that recognition. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, honestly, I haven't really received it fully. You know what I'm saying? And that's no fault to no one but myself. But at the same time, I feel like this project embodies a full plate. You know what I'm saying? It's a full body of work. You know what I'm saying? In one album.
I like how you say that now too, because if you listen to Grounds of Detroit 2, you're given more opportunities than given more of yourself, if that makes sense. With this album, you actually give yourself, what you're feeling, what you went through. It's like the actual, it's not a debut, but it's what a debut should sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yes, sir, I agree.
And what I noticed about this, what I noticed about certain artists from very early on, they have this incredible body of work, and once the people hear it, people will start gravitating to that artist. I see it
Yeah,
multiple times. I see it with Ty Fed,
yeah,
Bob Rock. Like I see this coming for you. When this album comes out, watch. I'm gonna see all these people be like, "The Lord Josiah, Lord Josiah." I was like, "See, I told you guys."
hmm
They say
hmm
hear it early.
and that's what I'm anticipating too. Like once the people catch wind of this, they're gonna go back to my old shit. Like, oh shit, he been out here shuffling some shit for a minute. You know what I mean? And, you know, everything gonna come full circle. Everything gonna come together like it should. You know what I mean? That's why I see it.
Now, when you go back and listen to your old music now too, do you hear like did like I wouldn't say difference, but do you hear the growth from like Ground in Detroit
Yeah,
now too, and how each one just got better?
yeah. I did that. I did that. Like 3 weeks ago, I listened to all the old shit. I went through and listened to it all, like from the first album all the way up to now. And like I said, when I heard this album initially, without going back to hearing my old stuff, I was like, yeah, this album right here is the one. But then when I went back and listened to all my old stuff, I'm like, yeah, I can hear the growth. Even like the Crime Line Chronicles album. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You can
yeah.
check the production on that, you know what I'm saying? And my rhymes on that, I was pushing it. You know what
You
I'm
did
saying?
the production on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I produced that album.
Yeah, because I remember
Yeah.
seeing an article about that on Premiere Hip Hop, and it said that you produced that. I was like, oh yeah, he did do that album now too.
Yeah, I produced that for Philly. You know what I'm
Now,
saying? That was the joint right after Welcome to the Detroit Zoo.
now besides like Bronze, like who do you keep in contact with from the Wisemen?
Oh shit, everybody.
Okay, so you Salute still checks up on you.
Well, yeah, besides Salute, you know, I hear from Salute via Bronze, you know what I'm saying? Because he called Bronze. You know what I mean? But shit, I haven't heard from Philly in a minute, but I have heard from Philly, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, shit. I check up on my brothers. They check up on me too, you know what I mean?
Now, just for the hell of it now too, you got a crazy Wiseman story for us, or a crazy story about one that you can like share
Yeah,
with everyone in trouble.
yeah. The one we was going to fucking to the Master Killer show. Shit, we almost didn't make it over the border. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
crazy for that.
Yo, that shit was crazy as hell, man. Shit. So we going across the bridge, and I didn't know like it was a difference between which lane you're supposed to go in, for how you paying, like the Nexus shit, and then there was the other joint that was a regular one. I hopped into the Nexus joint where you're supposed to have like some type of card or something. So when I did that, it was like a red flag. It was like an automatic red flag. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, yo, you know you in the Nexus lane. I'm like, what's the Nexus? It was like, pull over there. You know what I'm saying? So they pulled us over. It was me, June, and Bronze. And had us go into the customs joint. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, let me see your IDs. Gave my IDs. My shit was good. They let me sit down and shit. For some reason, they was fucking with Bronze and June. It was like, yo, you got any drugs in that car?
What the fuck?
I'm like, what? Like, nah, man, we ain't got no drugs, you know what I'm saying? So then they was fucking with us for a minute. And then we was just talking like, yo, shit, man, what the fuck we about to do, man? Because it don't look like we going to the Master Killer show tonight. That's exactly what the custom agents told me. He was like, yo, where you going tonight? He was like, we're supposed to be going to a show out in Hamilton. And it was like, you're not going to no show tonight. And I'm like, all right, man. But yo, we ended up making it over there. And then we ended up rocking that show for Master Killer 2 nights out there in Canada. Then we ended up linking up with a promoter who would lined up the tour with Bronze and MOP out in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up coming back out there a couple months later and rocking out with MOP out there. You know what I mean?
Legends. Yeah,
all on some humble shit. You know what I mean? Just because Master Killer couldn't make it, but we did.
so wait, so when Master Killer couldn't come, was the promoter be like, well, where the fuck is Master Killer?
It was like, where's Master Killer? Like he knew Master Killer couldn't come because I guess he hit him up and told him he couldn't get over the border. So we ended up saving his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, there wouldn't have been no Wu-Tang Connect out there.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, was it the promoter? Like sometimes a promoter can get arrogant. Like they'd be like, I don't know, Wisemen, motherfucker, you shit.
Nah, they was glad to see us that night, bro. Okay, trust me, they was glad to see us. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we was able to knock out the next joint too. So it was a connect. And boom, a couple months later, we went out, rocked out with MOP. In Toronto, big ass crowd, like 500 people in that joint.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Toronto's like Toronto's like Canada's New York City.
Yeah, I think it was the Mod.
I don't know Toronto. I just know it. I've never been there. I'm more of on the west side, the wild, wild west.
Oh yeah, y'all had your hands full out that way for a minute. Yeah, recently, right?
Yeah, yo, this is what I like about, because like from out west, there's not really anybody noticed about. Like people know like classified or something. Like we don't have like a Conway. We don't have a Bronx Nazareth where I'm from. That's why when I tell people, I'm like, you know who I interviewed? And they're like, you're like a rapper. No, I'm not a rapper, okay? I just interview artists who I like. But what I do like know about Detroit now too, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can tell when someone's from Detroit. Like you can just tell when someone's from Detroit, either if it's the Buffs or the thing. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask now too. Yeah. You a big fan of Buffs, like the buff culture?
I respect it. I ain't want to be or partake in it like that, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I respect all Detroit culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I have to ask this now too. So because a Canadian, when they think of Detroit, and if they're not really into, they're like Eminem. Yeah. I know. But Eminem is like what people know for Detroit. But I was curious now too, when coming up in Detroit, did you go to like any of these like battles, and were like the shelter in that movie? Because from the average person, we don't know what it's like in Detroit coming up in the 90s.
I wasn't around for that because, like I said, Virginia. When I was young, I moved down to Virginia, and then I came back. But when I came back, you know, I was with my sister Nazareth Earth, and she was in that circuit. She was I think she was hosting some battles. You know what I'm saying? So I would be like on like some type of like just like little minor security detail with her, but otherwise, I wasn't around for that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I hope that one day you actually be a part of a Black Day documentary, because what I like about record labels, especially independent record labels, they can have the most talented roster out of them all, but being independent is very hard to hear. And what I notice with kids nowadays, they like documentaries. So I was just curious if like has ever like a Black Day documentary or like a Lord Jessiah documentary about Detroit ever run through your mind?
Yeah, we talked about doing the Black Day documentary, the Wisemen documentary, actually. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Bronze, he got a lot of archives of footage and shit. You know what I mean? Videos, songs and shit. You know what I mean? And we got a hell of a story. Like just everybody's got a story. You know what I'm saying? That encompasses the whole story. You know what I'm saying? So that shit would be worth watching. Most definitely. Yeah, we definitely talked about that shit, man.
Because like you see like these documentaries like the Wu-Tang one of Mics of Men, but like can we get like, I would love to see a Wisemen documentary or Killer Army documentary with like the entire 4-hour span of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't tell everything in an hour, obviously. That's what they made it for. But like,
yeah, you have to make it watch worthy and make it a series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what yo. If I had the money and if I had a production company, I'd be like, yo, Wisemen documentary guys.
Yeah, we didn't talked about it for real. That's crazy you said that shit too. Yeah, we talked about it. But like, gotta have the right situation for it, you know what I mean?
Don't worry, if I ever get one of these jobs at Complex or a title of Elliot Wilson, I'll be like, all right, first thing we gotta do, Wiseman documentary.
That'll be official, bro. I'm gonna hold you to it, bro. You
know please do, because I do want to do a documentary in my lifetime, and trust me, it'll be honored to do that for the Wiseman.
Most definitely, man.
Shout out to my guy Elliot Wilson. I know he'd be watching now too. Got that phone call. I was like, yo, you serious? This is fucking Elliot Wilson. But it's not about me, it's about Lord Jessiah. So with Lord Jessiah now too, you have CDs. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. Vinyl.
We're working on it.
All right. So
it looked like the scales may be weighing in our favor. So that's gonna be huge. So you know what I'm saying? That'll be my first vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I've been on my first vinyl release. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me. Because there's some albums that have vinyl treatment. It's like, this shouldn't be on vinyl. Like, what the fuck? But with this day and age now too, I like to say, I don't want to give all the credit to Griselda, but Griselda is kind of responsible for this comeback within collectible vinyl. Because I noticed like a collectible, like if it's like a splatter vinyl or something, like, yo, it would sell right out. So like Copenhagen crates, Fat Beats, Tough Con, I know they're all in tune with this Renaissance win. So if you guys are listening, yo, give my man his first vinyl, yo, because he's more deserving of it.
We in talks with somebody. I'm thinking we good, man. I just don't want to be like, yo,
Oh yeah. Please, don't give up today. Yeah, please.
But I think it's looking like it's gonna be official. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta frame one of those.
Man, you already know I am. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of other joints that I'm on, but this is my first one, so I'm looking forward to that, man. You know what I'm saying?
So if the vinyl thing does happen now too, like I know artists are big on like selling their test pressings now too, but you being the first, if this is your first vinyl, are you gonna sell your test press and are you gonna keep it?
I'm probably keeping it.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah, because I always, but every time I see an artist do that, it's like, you're gonna regret that. One of these days, you're gonna regret giving that away.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it.
All right, okay, well, at least we know Lord Jessiah is on the good team right now. You ain't gonna sell for a crazy, like, here, $75.
Now, the next one, you know what I'm saying?
That's the second one. Whatever. But the first one, you have to keep. But for the second one, you have to sell it.
Yeah.
All right, Lord Jessiah, we had a very, very good conversation, man. I like how time waits for no man, and it took time for this interview to happen now, too. But timing is everything.
No doubt. Timing is everything, man. That's the whole theme of that album. You know what I'm saying? You don't get none of that time. You don't get none of that time back. You know what I'm saying?